Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Listen, viral sensation Gail Lewis, right? It's kind of old, but I kind of feel like it's connected to what we talk about here on the channel because I do believe that she may be auditioning for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel like this is a soft launch for the Real Housewives of Atlanta or something or another because it's just too good to be true, right? Listen, Gail Lewis. I'm scrolling and trolling randomly on TikTok. I ran across this lady. She posts this video of her catching her husband with his mistress, right? And I believe they're in the Atlanta airport, and I'll go ahead and show y'all this right now. Okay, so did y'all see his face? He looks genuinely surprised. Then the lady there is the mistress. Apparently, this is a video of them in the airport. And according to this lady, Gail Lewis, she caught the husband with the mistress at the airport way after the fact, way after she found out that the husband was even cheating on her. Because one random day, the husband was out there on a business trip and she wanted to know, she was curious, when is my husband coming back home? So she tried to look up the flight status via the internet. That did not work for whatever reason. And so she decided to call the airline rep. The airline rep over the phone is like, well, who are you calling about? Which was weird because why would they insist on a name, right? You don't need a name to check on a flight status. I just need to know what time does the flight land or what is the, status of the flight. So that was kind of weird, right? How did they even know to ask for the man's name? I'm not sure. But the airline rep over the phone was like, Mr. Such and Such, your husband, and Miss Such and Such, his mistress, landed 20 minutes ago in Atlanta. It's late in Atlanta. Child. Really? Really? Not the mistress on the business trip. So listen, she's spiraling out of control because this is the moment where she finds out that the man is cheating. I believe he comes back from the business trip, lies about it. She goes sneaking around looking at the Amex bill. And this was like another discrepancy because she claims that the mistress's name that the airline rep gave is all over her Amex bill from the past 9 to 12 months.
When I opened up that bill, the woman that the airline employee mentioned that was on his itinerary, her name was up and down my credit card bill.
Some folks in the TikTok comments are like, there are no names on Amex bills when you do like restaurant reservations and flight reservations and hotel reservations and things of that nature. And then some people are saying that names do pop up on their Amex statements. I don't know. Okay, this is what the people are saying. But apparently the mistress's name was all over the Amex statement. And that's how she found out that her man was cheating. And then way after the fact, I believe she caught them in the airport. And that's where we get this original video. Okay. And so essentially the man wanted to have his cake and eat it too. I believe he was bored in his marriage, started dating this younger woman, the younger version of Gail Lewis' child, but stated to Gail, his wife, that he did not want a divorce. Okay. He said, I'm not going to break up with my girlfriend. Well, first off, he lied about it, right? But then after some time, he fessed up to it and admitted that he does not want to break up with his girlfriend, but he also doesn't want a divorce. And she's like, well, what the hell is you talking about? Because you're not about to have a wife and a girlfriend. And he did want a wife and he did want a girlfriend, but he wanted a romantic relationship with the girlfriend and I guess a business relationship with the wife because he told Gail Lewis that ain't nobody finna fuck up his money. And so I would hope, I don't know what, her life is right now. I don't know. She didn't really give us an update on the divorce, but she told us that she had no choice but to divorce the man. But we don't know how the divorce panned out. However, I would hope that she bled him dry. Okay. I would hope that she milked them pockets dry. I would hope that she gathered half and then some for her pain, suffering, and the infidelity of it all. Okay. I was fascinated by the story. I sent the TikTok stories to my friends. I'm like, y'all, look at this. This young lady by the name of Gail Lewis is being cheated on, etc., etc. Literally a day or two later, my mom calls me and she asks, do you know this Gail lady? And I go, not really. I mean, I saw her TikTok story time, right? And she looks kind of familiar. I don't know if she's been on a TV show. I don't know if she was married to someone that I know because I don't really recognize her husband or the ex-husband. But I don't really know. I just saw her on TikTok. She looks familiar, but I'm not sure. So then my mom goes, well, yeah, I saw her story. This, that, and the third. It's not really adding up. Blah, blah, blah. Why would the airline representative insist on her giving a name about, who's on the flight? My mom said that didn't really make sense. And then my mom goes, well, I also have an American Express card, and when I look at my statement, there are no names. So listen, I'm like, what? So this is where I really went to the TikTok comments and was, looking at what people had to say. And some folks were saying, again, that there's names on their Amex statements, and then other card holders are denying that there are any names. So I'm like, I don't know. Some people are saying that, there are names. Some people are not. I'm not really sure. I don't know. But then I asked my mom and I go, well, if she's lying about this story, what would be the purpose of that? I don't really see this nice, sweet lady lying about the details of her marriage and how it unraveled before her eyes. Then my mom goes, well, maybe she's auditioning for that show. And I'm like, oh, you guys, literally, you know what show she's talking about. The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know they're looking for new ladies. Tell me why just 2 days later, Gail Lewis pops up with Kandi Burruss Tucker.
Story time. So, yesterday, I was with my daughters, Riley and Kayla, and they was like, did you see that story going viral on TikTok about the lady who called her husband at the airport? I said, that sounds familiar, but I don't know. Now, why I didn't know my homegirl had got on live and told her story, and now it's viral.
Now, why do I low-key, high-key think that this entire TikTok storyline was a scheme set up by Truly Original, Bravo Andy Cohen to soft launch Gail Lewis? Why do I feel this way? I'm not sure, but that's just my theory. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe. Oh, she's friends with Dr. Simone. I'm on Lipstick Alley, and they're giving me details about her. Apparently, she's a Real Housewife of Atlanta or an ex-wife of Atlanta. She's good friends with Dr. Simone from Married to Medicine. They're saying the husband was a COO of a corporation. Okay. They're saying that the mistress, her name is Sabrina Hutton, is a celebrity travel agent who worked with Lil' Kim, Tay Diggs, Erykah Badu, Tina Knowles, Anika Noni Rose. Okay. And the mistress is also good friends with Claudia Jordan. So listen, the mistress and the wife, Gail Lewis, they're well connected in Atlanta. And not to mention Gail is cool with Kandi. Y'all, it's giving soft launch. It's giving she's going to be on the show. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. Wait, plot twist. So why I'm on Gail Lewis' TikTok page, and apparently the mistress is calling out Gail Lewis for doing the same thing that she's doing, but 30 years ago. They saying that Gail Lewis was the mistress to this man 30 years ago because she started dating this man before he officially filed for a divorce from his original wife. Y'all, watch this.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna address this part about the start of my relationship with my husband, and I'm gonna be done, and you can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. I mean, it is what it is, and that was almost 30 years ago. But when I was introduced to him, I was told he was not married, only to find out later that he was. So I told him then that I did not deal with married men and that I didn't want to do anything to some other woman that I didn't want done to me. So of course he gave me the standard, we've been having problems and all that kind of stuff. And whenever I would talk to him, I would tell him, he would try to be hitting on me, but I would knock it right down because I wasn't attracted to him. My husband was overweight, morbidly obese, actually. But he was a nice guy. But when I would talk to him, I would encourage him to stay with his wife and kids. And he thought that was the oddest thing, but that's what I would do. I would encourage him because I didn't like him like that. And I was like, you're married, so this ain't going anywhere anyway. So lo and behold, he tells me that he's going to divorce her. He had started his process, and that, he wanted me to be his girl and all that kind of stuff. Actually gave me some diamond earrings to let me know. He was like, this is to let you know that I'm super duper serious about this thing. So once he started his divorce proceedings, he asked me would I date him. So I did. So there may be some fault there where I started dating him before his actual divorce was final, but I made sure that he had filed divorce because that's what he told me. So we did take a trip to the Essence Music Festival the first year, and a phone call came in, and I'm assuming that it was his wife, but the way he responded to the call let me know that, basically something was up and that he probably had lied to me. So when we get off the phone, I was like, I thought you filed for divorce. Like, why was that conversation going that way? He didn't really have too much to say. But he was like, well, no, I talked about it, but I was going to file. I'm still doing some reach out. I'm filing when I get back and all that kind of stuff. So, of course, I was furious because I was like, you've lied to me. Like, why would you, tell a lie like that? The only reason I came with you on this trip was because you told me you had filed and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking everything kosher with them and that I didn't have anything to do with that. Because he told me in the beginning, like, no, she and I having issues. And if I file for divorce, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So I was like, well, okay, then. So, like I said, I wasn't attracted to him at first. But he was a really nice guy, really nice guy. He was a professional guy, was president of a company and all that kind of stuff. But I had my own thing. I was working. I was a single mom doing my own little thing. So I didn't really need him for anything. But the only thing that I'll say about that was, yeah, I did start dating him after he filed for divorce. And I think from the time I met him to the time he divorced was like a 10-month span. So those first 3 months, I didn't say anything to him, like romantically, because I was not attracted to him. And that is for real. If you see the picture of him before, you'll know why, but he was a nice guy. So I'm just saying. But I'll say that, maybe me dating him before the divorce was final was wrong. And I'll take accountability for that. But I can't go back, 30 years now and correct that. I'm just trying to move forward and do what's right. But, Miss Thing is trying to paint this narrative like, oh, she was doing the same thing. Not the same thing at all, because my whole time I was encouraging him to stay with his people. She did not. I have the text messages between them from the day they met to, all the things that he was telling her, the things she was telling him and telling him that she didn't have anything and that she left her family with just the clothes on her back and, just this little sob story for him. So I guess he went with it. But like I said, this was originally about me posting a video of me seeing them for the first time in the airport. So I ain't judging her. I ain't going to judge him. Like I said, I'm not, but it ain't like I willfully went out and decided I'm going to go and destroy his family. It was nothing like that. So a lot of us were deceived.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.